Joining us now here on Edmonton Sports Talk, we do got Bud Kelly. He's with Troubled Monk out in Red Deer, who are the beer of the week over at Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. This week, it is the Troubled Monk Troubled Tea Rasberry Hard Iced Tea. You get it for $14.99 at Sobeys and Safeway Liquors across this province. And Bud joins us now. Bud, thanks for taking some time to join us. I don't know if I should, they should fully put it out there, but big win for your Calgary Flames yesterday. So
big win. Yes, thanks for bringing that up. And obviously, I'm just completely devastated by the injury news at Edmonton. Just devastated.
Yeah, I'm sure you're hurting these Edmonton Oilers. Before we actually get into this, you think the Flames could lock down that last playoff spot?
Could they? Sure they could. Do we need them to? I'm good either way. Should they? Yes, of course. Of course. Okay. Just get in, right? They say just get in is what they say.
I'll agree with that. Like, they're not it's not like if they were bottoming out at the start of the year. That's a different thing.
You're saying they've already wasted their time this year.
You might as well. You might as well then just get the playoffs and all of that. Bud, thanks for joining us. I know you were out traveling and stuff, but Troubled Monk, tell us a little bit about the brewery that you guys have out in Red Deer.
Yeah, so we've been around since 2015. Poured our first pint back in June of 2015, and have grown leaps and bounds since then, and added a distillery and added RTDs and different drinks. Certainly not to take anything away from our world-class beers too. So that's a great looking lineup you guys got in the desk there, which I hope you're ready to tie into and furthermore get into yourselves a little bit at some point.
Oh, we will be trying that very momentarily here. And I'm very much looking forward to this raspberry iced tea. We had Spency 5 Cents in the Nasty Chat saying the Troubled Tea is dangerous. The first one goes down so smooth on a hot day. Then before you know it, you've got 8 iced teas in you. I remember the first time I had it, it's just absolutely, everything Spency said there is absolutely delicious. And I do love the taste of raspberry, so I'm fascinated to try this one. But for those that maybe, don't know, what got you guys into getting into this industry and opening up?
Well, we were I guess towards the start of the big Alberta beer boom, and it was a couple of brothers that are founders that were homebrewers and were interested by maybe trying something on a little bit bigger scale, and ended up spending a bunch of time in their garage doing some home brewing and things like that. The oldest form of brewing belonged to the church, and it was the monks who did the brewing. So our founders, Graham and Charlie Brado, certainly fancied themselves along those same lines, because the monks would skip their churchly duties in order to tend to their brew making. So our brothers found the very same thing in themselves, and figured the name of Troubled Monk was very fitting.
Would it be fair to describe you guys as never satisfied? Because it seems to me you guys always have a new product coming out on the shelf. You can't go a week without it either being a new soft drink or a new beer or a hard iced tea. You guys seem to just constantly be churning out new product week in, week out.
Yeah, no, it's a very good point. And never satisfied is a good one, or a good phrase to bring up that way. Much like the monk himself, he's always searching for that elusive perfect recipe, and will never stop to find whatever it might be in order to get to that perfect recipe. So our brewers and our team right across the board fancies themselves the same way, always innovating and forever trying to find that perfect one. We have a large lineup, including Epitaph Gin, Adequate Vodka, Troubled Monk Beer, of course. Troubled Tea is a big one, and some world award-winning Grainhenge whiskey is kind of the newest to the fold. And you mentioned non-alcoholic. We've done some non-alcoholic sodas as well.
We're going to get into the raspberry Troubled Tea right away here. What was the inspiration of, with the original, getting into the hard iced tea just overall?
Well, yeah, it's a good question too. We're just trying different things. We tried so many different things, and actually, we've got a bit of a collection of cans and trials along the way, and looking around the room where we store those cans and seeing geez, we tried a lot of different stuff, and to be honest, a lot of it didn't stick. Try it and move on. When we tried Troubled Tea and launched it back in October of 2018. It took off. We had a lot of people that were really enjoying that. So honing in the process, figuring out how to do that. Like everything is scalable, of course, trying to make it as scalable as possible, which isn't always the case. So it was trying something. It was trying something. We don't put anything on there. It is made with real tea. It doesn't taste like real tea. It is real tea. So that was a huge benefit for us, and of course the consumers. Non-carbonated, as you mentioned, a little bit dangerous, which is awesome.
We're gonna get into the raspberry hard iced tea. I don't know if you have any with you, so apologies if you have to watch us, so you don't enjoy your beverages.
Well, geez, I had every intention of bringing some along, and I actually did bring some along. But you can see this is the remnants of what I have left of a terrible can. We got a little low on parade day, and we needed some other beverages. So unfortunately, those went missing. But I hope you guys can forgive me.
Oh, it's all good. Well, I guess tell us about the raspberry troubled tea that you have here.
So we've done a number of Troubled Tea, like I say, started off in 2018, and then trying a number of different flavors, lots of different tea flavors you see out on the shelves. It's always trying something and giving new things a whirl. This is our this is our fourth try at a flavor, and we'll have it out there, and all of it is in an effort to get to a variety pack, which you will soon be able to see on stores across the province. Most importantly, Sobeys and Safeway stores will soon have that. We're hoping for late spring, early summer, somewhere in there is what you'll see. Started off with a yuzu citrus fruit, then tried a cranberry. Our third was a peach, and now this is raspberry.
I'm a sucker for peach. Will, Trev, to Sail GPT San Francisco weekend.
Yeah, that's a Sylvan Lake weekend right there, bud.
Oh yeah. Yep. This is a perfect time to start drinking this. The raspberry, it's a good hint of that raspberry.
Yeah, well, we're about a month and a half away from putting in docks around the province. You might want to stock up for Dock Day.
That's it. You mentioned you're a raspberry fan. So how's that fit for raspberry flavored things?
That is as you would want it. Like raspberry can be sometimes a little sweet and like a little tart or sour, like all over, but you've got the right hint of it right there. It's not overpowering. It works absolutely perfect in that. And yeah, I could enjoy crushing a lot of those. There's no question about that one. Trav, you like that one?
Unbelievable. I'm going to destroy lots of these pretty soon here.
I want more of those, but we have the 6-pack. I will get to those
later.
We've
been talking about it all morning. Like the one sports calendar is closed,
yes,
and we are starting to open up the next sports calendar. Like Masters weekend is almost upon us.
The sun's shining.
This is kind of a nice way to kick it off.
Absolutely perfect. We've got a few of your other roster in front of us, if you will, here. I do want to try and get into the Red Deer Rebels, the Rebels Red Ale that you guys have. Tell us about your guys' partnership with the Red Deer Rebels. Obviously, you guys are based out in Red Deer.
Yeah, great partnership with the team in Red Deer here. Speaking of the second season upcoming, we're going to sit that one out this year, but we're going to be ready to go for next year, of course, the Rebels and team. But no, we've got a very good relationship with Brent and Merrick and their team there, Dean Williams, Troy Gillard, of course. Gone to them and said, we serve our beverages in Western Park Centrium, and therefore. And therefore, we wanted to do something for the boys of winter, as it were. So coming up with a beverage, we came out with Rebels Red. That would have been back in 2019 for the first year. We bring that out right at the start of the season to load up the arena for the future Rebels schedule. And it goes pretty quick. Anybody have no different than a whole bunch of your audience has a link to any sort of sports pass, they can really bring you there. Very easy drinking red for sure. I think you were mentioning earlier in the show there when I just started listening there, you're talking about reds. That's an easy one to go to for sure.
To WHL.
Yeah, to the Sutters.
Oh, great. Cam Moon raves about Brent Sutter.
Yeah.
Raves about Brent Sutter.
I could go on for days and days for story about Mooner, but I'll spare you. I'll spare you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he's stopped
Great
by
guy.
one or two times. That's it. Just
to
one
know
or two.
him is to love him.
Just
To know him is
in the
to
name of science. In the name of science, you stop by, of course.
So you need someone to test the product, and
Oh yeah, that's right.
he'll be there.
That's right. Well, God bless Mooner. He's a Red Deer ambassador and certainly a Troubled Monk ambassador.
It's delicious.
Yeah. It's a classic red. Like it's just
Yeah.
red is just one of those, like I said, you never go wrong by picking a red.
No, that's and then that I can imagine just it's still called the Centrium.
Well, yeah, it's had a couple of different corporate names, but it's still called the Centrium. The current name is the PV Mart Centrium. That's obviously no longer. So
Yeah,
we'll see what it goes from there. That's right.
But yeah, I could see like if sitting down at the Centrium and grabbing one of those. That's
Well,
a nice
until we're
drink for a
told
game.
otherwise, we'll call it the Troubled Monk Centrium.
Let's go. Troubled Monk Centrium.
Oh, that could be what. I think the Fraser and Awanic Centrium's got a nice ring to it.
Well, we'll do it the Trouble Monk Centrium with the Awanic Fraser Ice.
Yeah.
Like we'll be the actual. We play.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a brick field at Commonwealth Stadium.
right.
The Awanic Fraser Ice at the Troubled Monk Centrium.
Sure.
I think that is a great
There we
ring
go.
to it.
Yeah.
We've got a couple more here. Which other one should we try? Between.
I'm gonna try it.
Oh, go ahead.
No, Juicy Gossip was one I was going to suggest for sure. For sure. You guys obviously do these bits and try lots of different
Is that the
IPAs, and this
Napa?
is kind of our take on a New England.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So it is
yeah,
the
IPA.
Napa. Okay. Great. I love
it's a
Napa.
great label. I love this label. And I know this has been talked about with a lot of different people on the show, but the fact that how easy it is with these labels, like with the stickers, like it's the process just must be so awesome to be able to just customize these labels these days.
Well, because I'm not speaking on behalf of our packaging team, I'll say, yeah, it's awesome. It's easy. It's simple. Just everything just goes right so smoothly, right? Doesn't matter. Never a problem.
Have you since you guys got started right sort of at the beginning of the wave in Alberta, have you found that NEPAs and like hazy IPAs have kind of been that second push that the industry has really needed? It seems to me that you had the original push. It was all kind of West Coast IPAs, and that maybe scared off a lot of first-time craft beer drinkers. And now to get them to come back and maybe try a hazy or a NEPA, it's a lot more approachable than some of the more bitter stuff out there, isn't it?
Yeah, from a taste aspect, for sure. I think there was, like you say, the original kind of launch into craft beer in Alberta being there in 2014. I mean, of course, there's the ones before that, but them all coming along, people getting into craft beer, and then okay, now that we've tried a little bit of craft beer and I like some, now I want to try a few things, and that was kind of the rise of the IPA. Certainly a bunch of different ones, and then it being so much more approachable with the Juicy Gossip in particular, having those big fruit flavors, the tropical type fruits, some mango in there for sure is a big one you get, but. From there, it's trying that out and then understanding that it being a 6.5% ABV beverage, right? That, oh, geez, I can't drink 12 of those, right?
No.
So it was a bit of a reset and a scale back to, still some hazy, some flavored blondes and things like that. But I think IPAs will be there. There's IPA lovers for sure. And there's plenty of option out there and so many different ones and great ones coming from Alberta too. So this is our take on it. And it's an excellent beer, if I do say so myself. So I wish like hell I was just joining you guys to drink with you, but
cheers to the Duke Blue Devils.
Oh. Pass.
Going for the win today. We got noon, baby. Well, we could go watch it together. We have a lot of time to drive down to Red Deer, get to the Troubled Monk. Well, that is good.
Now, do you guys? I've never been to your tasting room, or is there anything specific? Like, people love a road trip in this province, and especially through that central Alberta, there's a lot of microbreweries to try out. So, what do we get when we stop in at the Troubled Monk in Red Deer?
Well, you haven't been, so I'll get over that hurt first of you saying you never been on your own. So once I'm past that, no, we got a great tap room. Very, very vibrant, very busy all the time. Doesn't matter the day of the week or the time of the day. It is very, very lots going on. Lots of original woodwork from our founder's grandparents' place that you can kind of see, kind of get the flavor of the monk for sure. A massive, massive patio, which you guys are talking coming in the second season and things warming up. A huge patio there to come and enjoy. We got a great team that helps out with all kinds of, helping you along your craft beer journey, and certainly other beverages. There's all kinds of pick. Children welcome. It is such a great place. It's a real. It's gone from a craft beer tasting place to a real community hub. Is what we like to think of it as, and see kind of the people that come through. Lots of regulars, like any good bar has, and then a whole bunch of joiners trying things out. And if you have, you got to make this trip. Jeez, it's an hour and a half. It's on your way down to. You guys are going to go down to boo Calgary in the playoffs anyway. Just stop in for a quick one.
Yeah.
Troubledmonk.com for more information if you're looking for their website. In this day and age right now, and where we are with the world, it's a lot of buy Canadian, shop Canadian, and what better way than, Alberta breweries, and Troubled Monk's one of those to definitely try. If you want to try the Troubled Monk Troubled Tea, the Raspberry Hard Iced Tea, that is the beer of the week at Sobeys Safeway Liquor Stores, $14.99. But really appreciate the time. We'll let you get back to your little time away. Again, thanks for the time, and hopefully we'll see you sometime soon down at Troubled Monk.
Thanks for the time, lads. Sludge.
Thanks,
There's
Bud.
Bud Kelly of Troubled Monk, as I said, the Sobeys Safeway's Liquor Beer of the Week.